Let's go to the United States. It is our US analyst Michael Ware for his thoughts on this and others. Michael, good to see you. Yeah, so a trade of information, a trade of weapons if they're under attack. How dangerous could this be moving forward?
Well, they're great questions, Peter, because they're the questions we don't know. We don't yet have the detail of the agreement that was announced in Pyongyang in North Korea. But it's certainly created concern all the way from Europe through to Asia down to Australia, because it could have very real-world implications. Now, President Putin of Russia described it as a breakthrough document. And the Supreme Leader of North Korea, Kim Jong-un, described it as the strongest ever treaty because it is a mutual defense pact. If one faces aggression, the other will come to their aid. Now, how we define all of that, we don't know. However, Western security agencies already believe that North Korea is assisting Putin's war in Ukraine by providing extra munitions and other kinds of support. The question is, under this deal, which also includes technology, we've used Moscow in the past to try and curb North Korea's nuclear weapons development program. Does this treaty mean that those gloves are off? The Koreans have the intercontinental ballistic missile to reach Australia, for example. They have nuclear warheads, but they haven't figured out how to attach and deliver them with impact. And could this agreement change that?
So as we reported yesterday, it was Vladimir Putin's first trip to Pyongyang in 24 years. Does that show how desperate he is for some help in this war against Ukraine? And what's China's role in all of this? They'd be a facilitator too.
Well, China is North Korea's greatest backer. It's China that keeps North Korea alive. It's also China that, from time to time, hems them in. And let's not forget, Russia is leaning on China economically more than it ever has before. So we're now seeing this almost formalized access from Moscow to Beijing to Pyongyang, arguably all as a result of the isolation of Russia because of its invasion of Ukraine. So it brings everybody into play, mate.
Yeah, sure does. Let's switch topics. This is a fascinating one. We just brought you the story, folks, of this Fox News poll. That's our colleagues over in the United States. That shows Joe Biden now leading Donald Trump nationally by 2%. So he's risen 2%. Trump's fallen 2%. I want to get your thoughts on that, Michael. I usually go by Real Clear Politics, and it's narrowed as well. It's got Trump half a percentage point in front. So it's a close one.
Yeah, this was always going to be a close one, and these polls are going to come and go. But you're right, Real Clear Politics is the go-to place to get a true sense of the polling data. Now, yes, President Biden nationally in this Fox News poll is 2% ahead of former President Trump. But remember, that's a national poll.
Yeah.
This election is going to be decided in 6 or 7 or 8 states. And there was good news and bad news for both sides in this poll. Obviously, President Trump has fallen overall and President Biden has overtaken him. But also for President Biden, it shows that people are now starting to approve far more of his handling of the economy. And for the highest peak since this term, or since his presidency, people are feeling more optimistic about the economy. It's still not a majority, but we're seeing some positive signs from President Trump on the economy front. However, we did also see substantial numbers of communities that traditionally support Democrats, which is the Black community, the Hispanic community, and the Asian community, saying that they support President Trump. So we can see that President Trump is making inroads into some traditional Democratic support base, but President Trump still struggles with young voters under 30. He's at least 9 percentage points behind President Biden. So if the young people show up and if seniors show up, if these people get off their couches, then that's when President Trump would be in trouble.
All right, Michael Ware, good to see you as always. We will chat to you again soon.